What's up, people? Hotep Jesus, we back. Damn, I was about to say another uncomfortable conversation.
Might be.
Yeah, this shit is uncomfortable to the motherfucker sometimes.
With another episode of the Jianchor Project. For those of you not familiar, we publicize our Monday meetings where we discuss all the happenings and progressions in the future of the Jianchor Project. You can visit that at Jianchor.blog. That link is in the description box below. Jianchor Project covers culture, health, finance, and business, of course. With our illustrious crew, we got Jonesy, Chad Lemoyne, and Young Blood, and White Chocolate herself, Rita. What's up, team? What's going on?
Coolin', man. We feeling great this week. We got a lot accomplished.
Okay.
A lot of content coming for everybody. Rita's looking marvelous as usual. Chad is looking like a football coach.
Looks like I just got off vacation. Hadn't had a chance to take a shower yet. I've taken a shower, just haven't shaved yet.
Chad, you look beautiful.
Oh, okay.
I think you're sexy with the extra stubble.
Oh.
What? So women,
let me see this stubble. Let me see.
Women, come on.
Oh, shit, Chad, you got facial hair? Oh, yeah, you got to grow that beard out, bro.
Chad gonna look like Wolverine and shit, man. If
That's
he grow
right.
it out.
I hate y'all.
You gotta grow that out.
Chad, learn to accept a compliment.
I don't want to. Man.
Why?
Okay, so
because you're too
first
sexy.
things first.
It's too sexy.
No, I feel like I'm allergic to this shit. Like it starts making me get all like stuffy and stuff. Every time I get to like this point, it's like tomorrow I'll be like feeling like I'm about to have an allergic reaction or some shit.
You just
so
dropped.
then I shave it off and I'm fine.
You just dropped the sexy meter down about 5 points.
Yeah, I know.
Chad's allergic to himself?
Yeah.
He's allergic to his own fur.
That's what happens. That's what's being
Chad gets
so sexy hurt.
It helps me understand why everybody else hates me too. So it's all good.
Oh boy, we don't hate you. We're just.
What did you say? You said we don't hate you. It's justice. That's what you said.
No.
You called it
that was
justice.
before. No, that was when we were teasing. And Jonesy and I, if we could just say before we get this whole shenanigan started, Jonesy and I did not tease you once last week. Right, Jonesy?
That was sweet. That was very sweet.
Yes. Did you notice that, Chad? We didn't gang up on you. We didn't tease you.
I love y'all.
Yeah, and we haven't done it for like 2 or 3 weeks, man.
Yeah. So, and my compliment saying how sexy you look with that.
I just threw up in my mouth.
What Rita and Jonesy mean by they didn't tease me last week was they didn't take something that I said in our text conversation and completely misinterpret it for everyone else on purpose to try to make me look bad.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Jonesy. What could he be talking about? No, but on a serious note,
I know what he could be talking about.
And maybe we should.
Chad.
Yes. No, but I'm saying take the compliment. You look good. You always look good.
Thank you, Rita.
You're welcome. Okay.
I just don't know if my wife's watching, so I have to be careful.
I'm not hitting on you, Chad.
You said I look sexy, so I'm just saying that,
Oh man, listen.
What world are we in?
I don't want to slip into the realm of Hotep Jesus where he's flirting back and everything, and you're asking him to get sweaty for Instagram and Pinterest and stuff, and then we
need to do that.
He's telling you how.
No, we need to do that.
She doesn't even take. She just jumps right over the joke and goes, "Oh no, we really need to do that."
Yes, that's
straight back.
I said
business.
it once and I'll say it again.
That's why she's the coach.
All 4 of you need to be pinned on Pinterest.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, Jonesy, come on.
I'm working on my Pinterest body. It's coming soon.
I'm working too, bro. I'm under construction right now. I got my Macho Man shirt on. I'm trying to get like Macho Man Savage. Yeah, brother.
So can we just say Ant is amazing before we start the show?
What do you do?
Ant, he's been working the website.
Oh, Ant's amazing.
See?
Thank you. You guys are too kind.
No, seriously.
Fans too.
What happened? What was the update?
Well, you got a lot of stuff. You got the Twitter. You can say it, Ant. You've been doing it.
I set up the auto post for Twitter, and it's actually working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's always nice when you do something and it works without any issues. And then along with that, I mean, I just put up a basic convert kit on the website, because you remember how we wanted people to sign up for the newsletter. So I didn't do anything crazy with it because I figure we want some type of, I wanted to talk with the team about what type of copy we want. It doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Copy on what?
Like for the newsletter. I mean,
Okay.
do we just want to keep that real simple, or?
Well, what's the purpose? Is this the intro newsletter? Is this a drip sequence, or is this like a daily thing? What is the newsletter? What are you talking about?
We just want to collect emails. So like people land on our landing page, they're like, oh, this is pretty cool. I want to be part of this. They click sign up, and then they put the email in order to be on an email list.
Oh, okay. So when they hit sign up, it's taking them to a registration page, but I think we want them to go to the convert kit, right?
Yes.
Right. So,
yeah, I haven't taken the registration away yet.
Okay. So you're wondering, should there be copy there on that? Yeah. Throw some copy up there. Don't go crazy with it. It's just trying to get some data collection and for people to get. I think when it comes to copy for that type of thing, you want to tell them what the purpose is, right? Like, what can they expect? Hey guys, if you sign up, we send out a weekly newsletter, a daily newsletter, chances for giveaways, like whatever it may be. Just tell them the expectations, and then that should be good for the copy.
Do we include on it basically like whatever you just said, like, hey, we're going to send out weekly newsletters, and the purpose is to obviously get them involved, but eventually some other people might want to contribute to us. So be a contributor for us. So we have to include that within the copy. Like if you like our mission or whatever, like you can have the opportunity to join us as well.
Yeah, you could do that. You could also have a different funnel for people that want to contribute and have a different form. Say, hey, if you want to become a contributor, click here and take them to a different landing page, and then it could tell them, expectations, blah, 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 whatever that process is. And then that can send them to a different list inside ConvertKit. Gotcha. And obviously you guys get alerted when that happens.
Alternatively, do a snippet video.
What's that?
We should do a snippet video with the copy and read it with a British accent to make it sound better. Anything sounds better with a British accent. You know what I mean?
Everything sounds better with a British accent.
Like Muppet Babies will make your dreams come true. Have the duty walk. Something like that. I don't know, but maybe we should do that, man. That'd be awesome.
But yeah, video video will increase your conversion rates, obviously. So definitely think about that. Shout out to the chat. We got the mods in the building. Sketch, Def, Brody, Trash Can, Conductor, Alchemy. I think I can make Alchemy and Trash Can Conductor mods. Hold on.
You gotta have a chat full of mods.
I'm here for it, man.
I'm here for it. Gotta keep throwing each other out.
You're a moderator. You're a moderator, right?
Congratulations. If you like what?
No, I was just gonna do the British accent thing for Josie, so I'm not gonna do.
Oh no, do it, Chad. Do your British accent.
If you can't say you're gonna do what? I keep trying.
And everybody keeps cutting them off.
I'm not doing it.
Alchemy, all right, go ahead. You got the wrench. Welcome. Congratulations.
Yes, indeed.
Trash Can, you've got the wrench. Welcome. It's all blue in my chat. I love it.
Trash Can has a wrench, baby. You gotta give Trash Can a mic. It's moderated.
Word. It only does wrench, though.
You have the power. You have the power.
Chad.
Hold up. This one's been way too long. Halima has a wrench.
Halima finally got a wrench.
I've been slacking on that one. She should have been had a wrench. Damn.
Halima with a wrench now. You ain't been
Welcome.
telling nothing
I
now.
don't think Ant has a wrench. Does Ant have a wrench?
No,
Ant Bailey.
No, Ant doesn't get a wrench.
Damn.
He's not old enough. He's not old enough.
He's not old enough.
30 and over
That's
for a wrench.
crazy,
That's right.
bro.
Hold
30 and
on.
over. You got to.
All right.
And are you willing to go
Maniacs.
on Hotep's Been Told You and talk shit to people in the chat and knock them down when they start acting crazy?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yo, somebody got so mad at me, I kept throwing them out. He was like, I never thought I would be censored on Hotep Jesus channel. I was like, well, you thought wrong. I fucking threw this guy out the whole time. Every time he comes out, I throw him
Jonesy,
out.
customer relations.
That's right.
Send him packing.
So you start talking shit about Hotep, you get thrown out. I'm sorry.
That's why we need all these wrenches in there. Exactly. This is not the United States government. There is no constitution here. This is a dictatorship, not a democracy.
You will love us.
If you can catch a wrench, you can catch a ball.
Facts.
Or no, it's if you can
Catch
dodge
a
a wrench.
hula
That's what it
hand.
is. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
The great
Start
Patrick
throwing wrenches
Houlihan.
Trash Can Conductor, $5 super chat. Thanks, you guys are the
Oh
best.
man.
Trash Can Conductor is not grifting. Stop grifting. Hit the super chat button. At the very least, likes are free. Hit that like button. Rita, what's on the docket tonight?
So we wanted to go over last week's successes. I kind of segued with Ant, the things he got done. Also, Ant, you were able to go and do a I don't know what it's called, but someone uploads and we complete their article in WordPress, and then it automatically goes up to Twitter. What was that?
Yeah, that's what he said earlier.
I think we talked about that.
Did you already talk about that? I thought you were talking
It's all
about
good,
Connecticut.
Rita, it's
Tell me I'm sexy again, Rita.
Rita is on a loop, everyone, this week.
So
Sorry.
Rita has the ADD
So-
this week, not me.
That was my that was my challenge. Yes, right. Okay, so Chad was on vacation and yet he poked in throughout the week. So Chad, you got a lot of great things done with our contributors. A lot of good articles.
Oh yeah, the contributors did some great things, and I read through them and hit the publish button. So no, we had some really good contributions this week, and the cool thing is we actually have, I think we have like 5 in the can that are ready to go out. So we've got our next 5 days covered as well. So the hits keep on coming. And Adam put out a really good one today on MLB moving the All-Star game from Atlanta to Colorado. So go check that one out.
Awesome. So thank you for that.
But yeah,
Did
yeah.
you?
So there's a lot of. I got to watch about half of the little class. I snuck it in today.
This is so
in bits
great.
and pieces. Yeah, it was really good. I didn't. So I got to shout out Adam again. So this is funny. I DM'd him. I was like, man, I didn't know you were 22. He's like, I don't know why the hell I said that. I'm 24. It's like, as soon as I said it, I was like, why did I say I'm 22? And he's like, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody, so I just let it go. So anyway, shout out to the 24-year-old Adam. I'm still impressed. Good stuff and very prolific writer as well. He's put out
Great article today. Great article today.
Yeah, good stuff.
And before we talk to Jonesy about his successes this week.
Hold on. And it looks like the subscribe thing shows up in every page and every blog post.
Yeah.
Okay. Chad, the preview image is not big enough. We gotta fix that.
What?
It's like a thumbnail size for Adam's post. It's a thumbnail size image for his feature image. When you get a chance, check that out.
Is it low res or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this should be listed under entrepreneurship. Tell me what you guys think, right? So when I think entrepreneurship, I think that I'm going to tap through in that category and find things to help me as an entrepreneur. This one feels like it should be exclusively under culture because there's not really anything nourishing for entrepreneurship. What do you guys think?
The Adam one about MLB, I totally agree. Sports is culture.
Yeah, that's on me. Because he talked about the impact that it had on small businesses in Atlanta, and so I just kind of I clicked both check boxes. I can undo that and pull it just to culture. That's not a big
Also,
deal.
the tags, one of them says Black owned instead of, it says OWEND.
Also me. Yeah, that's also me.
Yeah,
I was like
a dude named Black
I
Owned.
was super multitask. I was super multitasking today. I was like working on work, and then mixing this in like on the side. So anyway, I'll fix that. That's me too. My bad.
We also got to figure out a set group of tags. Instead of tagging things randomly, we need to figure out, and that'll be based upon our keyword research. We'll have to do some keyword research to figure out what keywords we're going to be targeting. But yeah, for our tags, we want to use the same set of tags over and over again.
Okay.
That'll help.
What's the significance of using the same tags over and over again? How does that help our SEO?
Google ranking, because they'll appear on the page.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you want to have like a set list that you're using instead of them happening randomly. So yeah. Matter of fact, let's make that a subject for Mogul Summit Saturday. And we'll run through that with an example.
Fuck is it? There it is.
Of how to use tags. What's the Talent Podcast? Ain't Grifting $4.99 super chat. Darling D. Lisa, $5 super chat. Thank you. She said, best show on Monday nights. Always a gift and a pleasure to see these great minds at work. That's love. That's love. That's love. Rita, my bad. I cut you off. You were still going over successes from last week, right?
Yes.
All right, good.
Mr. Jonesy Jones, what'd you do last week?
Well, last week I had an interview with the fly and wonderful Eliza Blue that's going up tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got to get it up tonight. I normally wait to the weekend, but I got to get this up so she could promote it and everything. But it was a great interview. I had another interview about relationships with a group of podcasters that we're going to release this weekend. And, just been writing and just trying to churn out that content. And then, just trying to be the glue that holds this thing together, just trying, guys. Chad with his psychosis. Ant's cool as a fan. You don't worry about him.
So
and
that's going up on YouTube?
We're each other's support group. Huh?
That's going up on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, it's going up on YouTube. It's going up on YouTube. Like, as soon as we get off air, I'm putting it up on YouTube.
Wow, That's so weird that when I type in Jianchor TV.
It's podcast now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to go up tonight.
Thomas, wasn't it Thomas?
Vizintos.
That was his recommendation.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Good idea. That's a good idea.
Now, I always listen to Thomas. Chad comes out of the fucking woodworks when Thomas and I were game planning the name for the thumbnail, and he's like, "Why don't you call it this?" It's like, man, fuck you, man.
We just said, what about this? It was a brainstorm. Okay, whatever.
This looks good though. This looks good. So then, all right. So then we'll have that next one go up. Good stuff. Good stuff. So the podcast is going. We still got to figure out how to integrate the podcast into the website too, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that.
Because I'm a shitty writer, so I do podcasting best.
Yeah, that's not as dope because everybody can stick to what they do and everything can be focused. My bad, Rita, go ahead.
So I worked on stuff too. And we'll go to the next thing.
What is that? You can't do that.
On stuff too.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I'm teasing. I worked on a lot of stuff, so much stuff. We just don't have time to go over it.
Right. It was a multitude of things, Rita.
Seriously. I did a video. Alchemy. We did a video.
What y'all do a video on?
We did it on spiritual, tarot, horoscope, and we're brainstorming.
Was this for the YouTube?
Yeah, for the YouTube. We already done it. Yeah, Ryan has it, so we're going to upload that, and we're going to do a series because that is Alchemy's jam is everything I just said. But we're workshopping a series to do little short vignette episodes on different parts of tarot, spirituality, the occult, because we're both, she knows it really well and I'm really interested. So just have a, for Jianchor.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fine. Jenny Fox.
Jianchor Illuminati. I like it.
Well, I didn't think of that name, but so
that's a trigger word. You're crazy.
Right. But we just went out and so we're really excited. So we're working on that. Then Jenny Fox, who is a chef who's expanding right now her own business from going into people's homes to opening, and she's got a facility now. So she's going to have more time. But I asked her, I'm going to do an interview on her story and her business, but then talk to her about doing segments about food and food around the United States, different, whether it's Southern food, different cuisine in different states, and then different recipes. So really giving, broadening out our exposure with these topics. So we've got spirituality, we've got our interviews with the entrepreneurs. And then so Jenny and I are going to work together. So we're workshopping that. So I'm really excited about that. So got some stuff in the works and we're having fun.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking real quick, guys. I'm sorry I don't mean to interrupt anybody, but I just realized when you're doing the stuff for like the horoscope thing, I realized how accurate that was. I was talking to Ant the other day, right? And I was like, yo, Ant, man, what are you, a Taurus? He's like, yeah.
No, he's not.
He told me he likes water. Guess what? All Tauruses like water. Go fucking figure. And then he said, hey, Jonesy, do you breathe oxygen? I said, yeah. He goes, all Scorpios breathe oxygen. That shit is dead on, man. Me and Ann we're going to start a podcast just talking about fucking horoscopes. Shit. It's nonsense, Rita.
I'll send y'all just so y'all can shit on me, because that's what y'all like to do. I'll send y'all the natal chart that Alchemy made for me. And then you can see how like dead on it is, and you'll see that like you're actually like
what is like douchebag.
Pretty much across the board. Okay. It was like Capricorns who cuss on Aquarius or no, but it's a lot more. It's a lot more detailed than that. Like there is some like BS quackery around that stuff that I definitely agree with.
Really?
You. Like there's some like oversimplification of that shit. Yes, but there's some
of the goat shins and the banana peels and all of that bullshit.
Let me just
wait. What'd you say? What's happening with Jenny Fox?
We're creating a video series around food preparation. Just food and stories behind food, relationships. Recipes passed on your family. Why are you laughing, Chad?
Is this video? Or is this
it's video? It's video. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the Jianchor podcast is going to have a nice menu, pun intended, of different topics to draw in viewers. Because if you go, I've been researching what, like the top 20 things, content topics, food, spirituality, comedy are, in the top 20 that people search for. But if you go and look under horoscope, spirituality, many of these accounts have 700,000-800,000 subscribers. So, and the same thing with food. So wanted to try my hand at kind of producing and cultivating a show to help bring in, based on that topic, to the podcast site or the YouTube channel, but then lead them to the blog.
I like it. That's dope.
So that's what I've been working on. And so the other thing I've worked on, but I haven't completed because it's still requiring some work on my part and research, is we talked a little bit about what?
Now Jonesy's got tape on his mouth.
Why do you have tape on your mouth?
And do you like it when Jonesy has tape on his mouth?
Why does he have tape on his mouth? Jonesy, please take the tape off your mouth.
Oh, God. It's horrible. I was just trying not to make fun of the whole horoscope.
That's okay. But may I say,
I had to restrain myself.
Mr. Jonesy Jones, if my marketing or business idea of bringing in a ton of viewers to our page, and then that's how they can be introduced to you, Wasted Talent, or even my videos, because they're like, oh, that's where,
you're
Jianchor's hosting.
Right, Rita.
So, right, because we don't know, right? So if they come back, you can behind the scenes make fun of me, but then you can.
It's not you. I'm making fun of the whole genre of horoscopes, even though there's probably some like mystic truth. I'm just a cynic. You know what I mean? I'm the kid who told everybody that there was no Santa Claus when I was in pre-K. And that's a true story, too. I told everybody it was no Santa Claus in pre-K. But that's just who I am. I don't believe in shit like that. But that's
so explain this to me. Explain this to me. How does what is it about Brian, Hotep Jesus, his energy that brings people, good quality people who are who are kind of on that same energy level? What is it about him? Is it his analytical mind, or is there an energy about him? And what is that energy?
The energy is realness. Like, people respect the real. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I don't necessarily feel like it's a horoscope thing. Like, look at,
No, I know.
and rest in peace to DMX, right? But that's the reason why people love DMX, because he was real. You could feel it. And realness is something that just comes through. It's not something that you can buy. It's not something that you could fake. You know what I'm saying? It's something about the homie that is just genuine. And through the way he acts and the way he goes out and the way he goes and helps people and does things, and, his heart and the way he tries to put a certain message out there, that resonates with people. You can't fake that. So that's what people are drawn to. I don't necessarily, I know, like, it's the esoteric stuff and all of the spiritual stuff, but I really believe, just on a simplistic level, like, I know all of the jokers from the street that fuck with Hotep, they fuck with him because he's real. And people respect knowledge as well, and he's well read. Like, when you talk about guys that's in the street, most of the time the guy that controls all the goons is the smartest guy. So, you got guys that can fight, shoot, cut, whatever, but the smartest guy is who controls everybody. And that's what people are drawn to. People respect knowledge. So that's me. I don't necessarily know if it has anything to do with the fact that, like, he's like a what is it? A Libra, or you're not a Scorpio.
Oh yeah, it's a Libra, and
Libra,
I will
right?
say, but of course I'm a Libra. Come on.
No, I'm talking about Brian.
Yeah, of course he's a Libra. But I will tell you, I'm not trying to talk anybody into it. I'm super interested because there are things that I can't explain, but I'm open to someone, when someone says their personal power, living, the instinct versus intuition. It's like, where does all that come from? There's so much we don't know. And it can't all be coming from the analytical mind, where, within our consciousness. So yeah, so it's really cool. But
it's like Eddie Murphy's father said, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to do something for a motherfucker to punch you in the mouth. I get it. I'm just saying. So it's personal interest. It's what alchemy does. And just from the business point of view, and that's what I'm working on, is the content and trying to drive the content to create more viewers. So this is, kind of a bucket of interest that I find on in my research, that a lot of people are interested in subscribing. So why don't we tell the story? Our episodes are going to be about kind of education. Like, what does this mean? And, where does it come from? So it's I'm excited for it. But that's what I'm working on, is just how to draw more people to who are, in the digital video space on YouTube, how to draw them to our podcast, then get them from the podcast to say, hey, since you're here, go check out our website. Yeah, that's the idea behind it. Anybody in the chat who's not already subscribed to the Jianchor podcast, you're grifting. Please,
that's right.
Go in there, subscribe. You know what I mean? And guess what? Jonesy will personally super kick you in the face as soon as you sign up, baby. Come on.
Let me,
if you'd like to be.
Let me pop that link in the chat. Here's the my brother's an Aquarius, crazy smart front-end developer. When I listen to HJ, I feel like I'm listening to him. Yeah, Aquarius is in the same wheelhouse as Libra. I think it's us and Gemini, isn't it? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini.
You have to ask alchemy, because I don't know that I'm going to be learning more about it. Because
Mercury's in retrograde right now, right?
No, it just popped out, but that's why.
Joking. You're supposed to tell me to shut up.
Yeah,
and we just had a Libra moon, and
we're all air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are all air signs. Yeah,
but the Libra is under Venus
right now.
Always Libra and Taurus. That means we're the sign of love.
Love, yeah. That's true.
We love everybody.
Yeah. That's my problem.
What if you believe space is fake? Then are the constellations fake as well?
No, the constellations aren't fake.
What if you believe that the Earth is
fake?
What if you believe
that space is fake?
Hey.
Yeah, there's people who believe that we're basically living the Truman Show.
Oh yeah.
And we're on a turtle's back.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing, right? So
We're on a turtle's back.
Right.
I'm serious.
So it's all about contemplation, right? As we grow as humanity and our consciousness grows, what can we prove? We're relying on what we call science to measure things. And so anyway, but that is what I'm working on. The one thing that Hotep Jesus that we talked about was getting us on into more directories. And we talked a little bit about the Mogul Summit, but I've been looking, and everything I found would be paid programs. And so far it's paid programs where the program, they disseminate the website or the URL out to everybody. Is that what you were talking about?
What are you talking about?
We looked a little bit having our name out on all these different web directories.
Oh yeah.
Right. So the ones that I looked at, I looked at the link, and that is a paid subscription. And it looks to me that you right. So it's a paid subscription. Don't do that.
No.
And then the next thing is
scams.
right. So that's just in terms of the KPI. I'm still working on that because it's a little bit more involved.
How is it more involved?
I have, because I need to research it more. I don't understand.
You literally type in the name of your blog, the description, and pop in the URL.
To where? To one of these directories.
Yeah, to the directories.
To all of them. All the business
them.
ones.
Just, a couple every, once so often.
All of them.
Like when I did it, I'd probably crank out 20 in an hour. Just submit, and then some of them will take a while.
So there's 4 of us, so should we all do 5 an hour? Don't all shout out at once. Don't all raise your hands.
I don't know.
Mr. Jones, you're ignoring me.
I think what you need to do first is create a spreadsheet of the directories, right?
Oh, okay.
It's create a spreadsheet so that we know, because then what if you submit to the same one that Chad submits to, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking too.
Can't maybe just Chad do it everything? Can't Chad do it?
Chad's got to do everything.
Why not? I'll do it tomorrow when I'm driving to Texas.
Chad's got to cover. He's got to cover the contributors. Rita, you should do that.
Because I'm a woman?
No. Because you should do it.
Yes.
Jonesy's
busy.
Jonesy's heading up content, video content.
Oh, okay.
Chad's heading up contributors. Ant's handling tech.
And I'm the administrative assistant.
And you're administrative. So, if you're administration, that definitely falls under.
I thought I was a project manager. I thought I was a project manager. I thought I could tell everybody what to do.
No.
But you're also the ROI goddess, and this is a very high ROI task. So only the goddess can complete.
I'll do it.
You got to wear multiple hats.
Oh, okay.
Just make the spreadsheet.
All right. You've said it 12 times.
Make the spreadsheet. Maybe,
I will think about it.
Maybe you can even do it in Airtable or Google Sheets, however you want to do it. Just what I would do is I would just pop the URLs in there first. And then just get the first one submitted and see how you feel after that.
I'm gonna call you after I do my first one.
I think it's funny how you try to throw it on me, and so now I have to say this.
Let me tell you how I feel.
No, I'm not going to talk about that.
Because you tried to put it on me first and it ended up landing on you, Rita, I have to do this. I'm polymerized tree sap, and you're an inorganic adhesive. Whatever verbal projectiles you launch in my direction, reflect off of me and return along their original trajectory back to you.
Boom! Boom!
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
Boo! Don't you ever do that again.
Why don't you
just say I'm rubber, you're glue, all that
I know.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually a quote.
Chad's one of the smart
It's a quote from Big Bang Theory. Sheldon.
The guy with an allergy to his beard.
I kiss my ass.
Allergy to my beard. Francis.
What else you got, Rita?
I got talk about the actual blog, what we're creating and how we're building. So, Mr. Chad.
What about it?
Mr. Ant.
What we're creating and how we're building.
Yeah. What's going on?
We have a
Well, we had a very great
We
team
have a
meeting
blog.
on last Tuesday. That was last week, right?
Yep.
Which one
Yeah,
was
Hotep
that?
Jesus is your class. You
Where-
taught us.
Oh,
Where
Yeah.
Hotep was kind enough to give us an hour and a half of his time. And he basically explained to all the contributors on how to build an efficient and effective blog within a few minutes. And then basically the important details that nobody really thinks of when you're building a blog that will help us rank in Google and pop up in all these different search engines and websites. So that was definitely useful. I feel like everybody who was on the Zoom call definitely thought it was useful as well. And we got a chance to see everybody's face because obviously we're on the Zoom call. So it was cool
Yeah, that was kind of
to
cool.
get all the contributors on there and see the start of this. Because when this is big, we're gonna remember who was there from the start.
yeah. Shout out to Halima. I think I was very thankful that she had a great example for us to go off of.
No, really.
For how to put together a perfect blog. Chad reached out to me this weekend and he wanted me to read one of his blogs. Chad, I didn't read it.
That's fine.
I'm joking.
I mean, at this point, I kind of expect it, but it's all good. It's,
I read it.
I did not.
read it.
I had not gone through the class yet, so there's a bunch of stuff like keywords and shit like that it is definitely not optimized for all that stuff. So I gotta go. I don't have
read
any
it.
links or anything.
I read it. It was dope. Very touching. That one was make time your bitch. I loved how you talked about slowing down time. That's one of my magic tricks. It's like slowing down time by becoming completely and totally present. But yeah, I think that's a really good blog, man. I could definitely relate to a lot of those moments, especially with the kids and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But no, that was dope. It was real touching, man. Brought a tear to my eye. Obviously, I'm lying.
Well, I thought about yeah, I know. No, but I thought when you brought the baby on the Mogul Summit this weekend, I was like, oh man, that's that same, because she's like almost exactly the same age that Juliet was when that little story that I told in there. So I was like, oh well, because you had said something about like you talked about it and how you like the title and everything, and so I was like, all right, well then go ahead and read it. Damn it, shit.
Yeah. No, it's a good blog. That headline definitely gonna get people to click through. Obviously. I just don't know about best practices in business using the word bitch.
It works with Too Short. Too Short got a fucking 40-year rap career from saying bitch.
Like I said, Too Short. I don't know. I think somebody should Google that. I think we should do some research on that. I mean,
leave that up to me. I'll do that.
You know me, I'm gonna be like, yo, let it fly, right? But I think it would be very interesting to find out, what does Google say about those type of words and profanity? Does it automatically take your entire blog and move it into a mature audience category in the algorithm?
Right.
Have you never seen Gary V, Brian?
Yeah, does he do
Curse
that
every other word
in his blog?
No, but this is he's talking about like the title of the blog and allowing the algorithm to just like filter you out or something like that.
I know,
Right.
man. I was just joking because Gary V is just like, be yourself.
Seeing it in
be
print is
authentic.
definitely different.
And then he literally curses like every other word.
Yeah, he definitely curses in his content.
He does.
Oh, but now I was just worried about like what does Google think about that? Right? It's something that just, I never bothered to research because I usually stayed away from that type of stuff. I know that we wanted to stay away from that type of stuff on an entertainment blog, and we wanted to stay away from pornographic content and things of that nature. But I don't know, just something to think about. Something to research. Yeah.
Sorry. The title takes away from the content because the content's much more gentler and much more educational, and it just seems like it's like the title is like, make it your bitch. It's like, why did that? And it seems perfect. And then you read it and go, man, this is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I would read it because it's yours, Chad, but I may even not. I'm like, oh, this is a young person's thing. This is a very select audience.
Yeah.
Right. But you could just change that one word. I wasn't offended by it, but I know you and I get, I'm thinking, well, maybe this will get more reads. but it's something that should be read by everybody. So you just maybe minimizing your audience.
Yeah,
because of the title.
Yeah, I never thought about
Yeah.
that. I never thought about that. Yeah, Chad, because that's a good point. Because the blog, it touches a whole different part of you, of the reader, and completely different part that the headline does. I never thought about that. That's a good point.
It's kind of like naming that post "Big Booty." You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. It gets people to click, but who does it get to click? I don't know if it gets the people that would connect with that to click.
Well, that it's. I'm glad you said that, because that's. I was actually thinking about that as I was watching. I'm about 40 minutes or so into the thing that y'all did this week, and you were going through like the different headlines, and this is kind of a meh headline. This one's a good headline. This one's really powerful or whatever. And yours says like, "You suck" or something. So like. And here's why, but it was, I guess where I was kind of colliding was trying to do something like that was more, because I kind of looked at your post as like the title and that attention grabbing clickbaity title.
I would have named it "America's Greatest Political Party is the Nuclear Family."
Huh.
That would have connected more with the blog. I mean, you was talking about family through the whole shit.
Yeah. No, I was. Yeah. That's interesting.
Went from the kids to the wife, back to the kids. It was really about the family, the family unit.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about it that way, but it really is. And the stuff that I'm doing to follow up with it is kind of in that vein too.
The most important time you could spend is with your family, right? Like these are the type of titles.
Right. And that word important, because when I was looking at different titles, there's a whole list of the number one important thing.
Yeah.
Family.
Right. Yeah.
Something like that. So
here's the I would have, if you wanted to make a clickbait title, it could have been, here's the most important thing that nobody's talking about. And you click through and it's like spending time with your family. Right? But yeah, just to give you like a whole bunch of different ideas and different angles for headlines on that.
All right, so then next question: do I leave it as is, or do I? Because it's still early on. Do I change it for posterity?
I would brainstorm, and based upon this constructive criticism, and change it.
Okay.
You can use that title for another blog.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
Or I'll use it. Finding web directories is a bitch.
It's literally the easiest task in the world, Rita. It's the easiest task in the world.
Newsflash, I don't like to be told what to do. Guess what?
Oh my God.
But I'll do it because I'm a professional.
See, Rita, you are
Neither do any of us.
You are an anarchist. You just didn't know. So I tweaked Adam's. I did the thumbnail and I
just now
fixed the other stuff too. Yeah. So
all right. Did he have just like a small thing. Did he just have like a small version of the thumbnail or something?
That was a picture that he had uploaded. I just went and got a different picture. I think it was just a low-res picture. Is it really?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Mazaja, thank you, love. She said keyword bonanza Tuesday night.
Keyword bonanza. I'm getting a T-shirt made with that on there.
What's that mean? What's bonanza Tuesday night?
Oh, it's in Slack. You probably didn't read it. She's offering a class, keywords, and then she's having a contest. Write your blog in 30 minutes or less. That's tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Oh, dope. Okay, for the Jianchor team.
Yeah.
Oh,
she invited all of us.
Bonanza, baby.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it's in Slack under the writers contributors. She invited us last week, but yeah,
she said
really generous.
Super supporters. U.S. with Super Mod. With Super Crew, with Super Mall, with Super Hotep. Thank you, Halima. You're the best. Kai Bet. Shout out to Kai Bet, my Hotep homie. He's in the class on Friday nights with Shaka Akmos.
Yo, I tried to join that using my PayPal, and it wouldn't allow me to.
Word? I paid with PayPal last week.
I tried to pay with PayPal. I don't know what the hell is going on. It wouldn't let me do it.
That's weird. Because I definitely, 1 week I paid with credit card, 1 week, and last week I definitely paid with PayPal. But that's the Friday night bill with Shaka Akmo, so you can't really call yourself a Hotep unless you've taken at least 1 or 2 of those classes. Shout out to Kyle Bet. This sounds promising. Very excited to see it blossom. Good luck. Appreciate you, homie. 1999, my man. Support. My bad. I'll read it. Continue.
So you have a choice. We have lots of questions this week.
Oh, really?
So, yep. And
Okay.
so then usually we go for the questions. And then after we'll do review of where we are with analytics, followers, email counts. So you choose, do you want to do questions now? And then we'll close it with analytics, or do analytics now and close
Analytics
it with questions? Now. Okay. You have it. You are the analytics guy.
Right. What do you want me to do?
The analytics god.
You want me to
Analytics
take a look at
us.
it?
Yes, please.
Okay. You want me to give you
Just take a
some
look
data
at
analysis?
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right. Let's take a look here. We're gonna open up.
Hotep Jesus tweaked our analytics.
I did?
Yeah, I think you did. Remember?
What'd I do?
I don't know. I'm not the analytics person.
He fixed the padding on the website.
You said, that's right. You went in and said, I did this, this, and this. And I was thinking, did Ant do that Twitter thing where the blog post goes to Twitter without us hitting a button?
No, Ant did that. Did I tweet the blog today? Or did I just... Oh, I think the MLB thing. All right,
Yeah,
so let's take a look at... What's today? Today is the 12th. All right, let's just take a look at last Sunday to today. Right, the 4th to the 12th will be our date range. And then we're going to go to behavior, site content, all pages. And let's take a look at this. So number one blog post has been over the past week, top 10 ways travel can improve your life.
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote that?
Andy.
That was Andy. Yeah, I'm looking at 162 shares on that one.
The time on page on that one was 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Let's go.
People are reading that.
That's amazing. One thing I want to point out, Halima's in here with the number 5 spot with the Bitcoin blog. One thing I want to say about her that's different from, okay, let me just share my screen. All right, beautiful. Good. We're here. All right, let's take a look at this. All right. So if we look here, we notice that Halima has the lowest bounce rate. Can you guys guess why?
Well,
Is it because the link or when you do the links, is it open up another tab so that it's so you're still able to get back to it without
that too. A lot of internal links. It was very long and lengthy, which also I want you to take a look at the time on page. The time on page 7 minutes. My blog 7 minutes for time on page. So people are like staying around longer with these pieces of information, pieces of blog posts. In second place was the MLB, right? And that did 72 page views total. 3 minutes average time on page. They're doing real good time on page with these things. Chad, third place, make time your bitch.
5.5 minutes. Yes, sir. All right.
5.5 minutes. Mine, I came in fourth place again. Breaking generational curses is in sixth. So that's pretty good. All right, let's take a look at acquisition. Twitter obviously is sending the most traffic. 126 direct. Let's look at this in a different way. Let's look at this data in a different way. Pull up the pie chart. So obviously Twitter dominates. Google organic. YouTube is sending some traffic. We got 8 users from YouTube. So YouTube's starting to become a channel for us. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Jonesy, you're adding all those links too, huh? Good for you, Jonesy.
Very nice.
Let's see if we have any. Oh, we never enabled this. Okay, it's enabled now. I forgot because we were using the old version, and we had to go to the new version, and we came back to the old version after the SSL cert. So I guess we'll have to wait a few weeks for demographics data. But let's see. We started on March 22nd. I just changed that date range. We'll go week to week. Now, obviously, you're not going to have such a high explosion as we did on the first day, right? Usually you have a big explosion because it's launch week. So it looks like the traffic is going down, but I wouldn't feed that too much credence because it's natural to have a big explosion on launch day and so on and so forth. This week isn't over either. And we're about to beat last week's. We're already on pace to overtake the amount of traffic we got last week. So that's cool. But yeah, that's our brief data analysis for this week.
Right. The more content, the more people go to the site, the more traffic we get, closer we get to our goal of world domination.
That's damn right.
And analytics just froze on me. Stop it. Close it.
I have a question whenever you
Go ahead.
are ready for it. Okay, so on some of the posts, on how you put the thing where it has like the little Twitter button and all that stuff on the side or on the bottom, depending on what platform you're on.
Yeah.
Above that, it says how many shares there are on some, and on others, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And I know we've been sharing them at least once, from either our Twitter or each of our Twitters or something like that. So how is that? Why would it not show
giving us the right data?
It's not giving us data on some of them. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta take a look at that. I noticed the same thing. Oh my God.
So I was going through today to try to find, just see how they were all doing, and some of them there's no data. So, but I know they've been shared. Like if it only showed 3, then I would be like, oh, okay, well that didn't do so well. But it doesn't show anything at all, and I know that we've been sharing. Every one of these has been shared at least from the Jianchor Twitter, and then I've shared them. You've shared them. Different ones. Rita and Jonesy and Ant have shared them, so we've all kind of. Should be more than 0.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I didn't know if you'd seen that before.
Yeah, no, I noticed something funky was going on with that too. So I might have to switch plugins or figure out maybe there's some settings in that plugin that's not working correctly. But good catch.
Threshold or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. That also could be possible. Sometimes with these plugins, they won't show until you pass like 10 shares, something like that. So cool beans. Are you good with that analysis, Rita?
I think that's great.
Okay.
Before we go to the questions, may I please do a personal shameless plug?
Sure.
Okay.
That's what we're all about. Shameless grifting.
We got the Rita's California sunglasses.
Oh my God.
Let's go. We gotta get you out the basement.
Grifties.com. I will have a new pair of sunglasses every week for a year. I'm telling you, you have to go to grifties.com and vote.
That's 3 different pairs
I'm
in 3 weeks.
way ahead of Cher, but now I'm right above Candace Owens.
Thank you, Ant. Thank you.
Jonesy, what do you think of these?
I love them. And I want to say
Rita's robbing the petty cash again.
Whoever nominated Hotep Jesus plantains, you stole that from me. And whatever your name is, I'm nominating you for Grifty.
Wasn't that Halima?
Well, if it's Halima, you're getting
Or was she
nominated
just talking
for
about
Grifty.
it? Was she just maybe talking about it a lot?
I think she was
I don't
talking
know.
Guys,
about it.
Okay.
You're butting into my shameless plug. Grifties.com. I was 37 this morning. Please
Actually, Halima
Vote for
did.
me.
Halima did.
She did. She
That
did.
was her,
I
yeah.
thought so. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
Getting
Yeah, I nominated your
Where am I at now? Hotep
your
Jesus.
half calf venti caramel mocha latte or whatever from
Yeah, I
Starbucks.
saw
Did you
that.
did you
I
vote for
blamed it
me?
on Amanda.
I just voted for you, Rita. You're now number 37.
Okay, I'm still at 37.
You're just below Candace Owens.
I'm below Candace
I got you,
Owens.
Rita.
I like to
Vote
be below Candace Owens.
Rita's
Waka, waka,
California
waka.
sunglasses.
Yo, I had an Uber driver, and this is when I was Ubering to the airport a couple weeks ago, and the white dude was talking about Candace Owens. He's like, me and my homie, we're into black chicks. He's like, because we were talking about politics and shit like that. He's like, you ever meet Candace Owens? I was like, yeah. He's like, she fine in real life? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, nice ass, don't she? I was like, oh. So I hyped that shit up heavy for him.
Yeah,
Oh shit! I almost just voted for Candace Owens by accident. All right, I got you, Rita.
Come on, everyone.
I would trash that though. I trash that. I duff.
Yeah.
I would duff.
You got.
Yeah, she's
you got.
Okay, let's get off of Candace Owens' butt for 2
Royal
seconds.
blood.
You can go back to her butt later.
All right, let's do the questions now.
Thank you, Hotep Jesus.
No doubt. Hold on, I got to vote for Black Lives Matter really fast. Oh, there we go. All right, done.
Oh, okay, ready?
Mhm.
Everyone ready? Guys, you ready?
Nope.
He's born ready.
Okay, Ann. All right, first question. What's the best way to measure the growth or success of my blog? Analytics or number of subscribers?
Number of subscribers.
Numbers of subscribers. Okay.
Hands down.
Are they paid subscribers?
That's just the question. That's just all
I'm
they said.
assuming they're paid subscribers, so I'm
Okay.
choosing paid subscribers.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because if it's free subscribers, like, what are you even subscribing to, right?
Right.
Although that I think that is still, I would still put free subscribers over, because it's like they're showing you demand, right?
Right.
So I'm putting that as like my North Star metric, but I'm still definitely paying attention to the analytics, because the analytics is going to tell you things about how to optimize your page.
Got
Those
it.
other metrics aren't going to really tell you how to optimize your page, but those are the metrics that you want to see move.
Got it. Okay. Next one. Is live stream more lucrative than video posting to build subscribers?
Absolutely.
I don't understand the question.
Meaning, is that just like we're doing tonight to build subscribers, it is live stream more lucrative? So can you get more, so like people watching TV, this is my interpretation.
For a blog or for a channel?
The question just says, is live stream more lucrative than video posting to build subscribers?
Don't the
Sounds
live
like they
streams
want-
get posted as a video anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but see, the thing about it is there's no super chats in the live and just posting the video. The live streams where you get the super chats.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say it was more lucrative.
And I
Well,
think
no,
that's
that-
why I'm confused. Is it the live streaming becoming lucrative, or is it?
That's the question. Is the live stream more lucrative? So meaning, do you,
But it seems
right.
like
So I
they-
guess we have to break it off. It's like, what is the lucrative? Is building subscribers or making money?
Read the
right?
whole thing again.
Is live stream more lucrative than video posting to build subscribers?
Right. So the North Star metric in this case would be subscribers, and they're trying to
Right.
figure out, would live streaming help boost my subscribers, or would posting a video help boost my subscribers?
Right.
I think it depends. I mean, if you're doing the right things, the difference between live streaming and posting videos is there's no editing process.
Right.
So, if you're sick with the editing and you're hitting the right topics that are going to get you traction, then posting
Doesn't matter.
video would work. But if you're not going to be editing and targeting those right topics, then live streaming might be a better bet for you. But if you're going to sit down and take the time to really do the jump cuts and the edits and putting in the B-roll and the all the flash and flare, then that's probably gonna get you more reach.
So it's a little right. It's complex. It's not okay. Ready?
Well, I will say this: the thing that Thomas showed us when we were going through, he's showing us like those peak times where you have people like watch a video over and over again within a live stream to grab like a combination of those two, live streaming and then going and grabbing and taking like what I do for y'all with like those viral clips of like when you go on a rant or Unc goes on a rant or something like that. And now, other people have been doing that too, where they'll clip them and they'll send them to y'all and everything. That sort of stuff helps to build, send people back to it. Like, shit, where's this whole, I want to watch this full live, So,
they're
and that's
talking
a good
about
way of identifying them.
Sketch said they're talking about YouTube subscribers. Yeah, I think an edited video would probably be the best bet than to go on live. Only reason why I go live is because I don't feel like editing.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and fucking.
Plus, because there's 4 billion videos a day on YouTube, and so it's just going to be,
And another thing is like Jonesy was talking about, because we go live, it adds to that authenticness.
Right.
It's more organic. See, when you editing, you taking out all the real,
right,
and you're just giving them artificial at that point. It's like, what do you like live?
Right.
You always blinking. You got a little twitch. Like, are you eating on camera? Like, what is it that you're doing? So people get to understand you and learn you better because of all the little quirks you got.
Yeah, and I think it's just a personal preference. Like, people watch TV and they change channel.
Yeah.
What do they? So it's complex. Okay. Yeah. Next question. Do I target the same audience for YouTube as my blog or website, as my videos seem to cover more topics than I write about?
You always want to target one audience,
no matter what.
If you want super growth, for example, when we talk about like Fresh and Fit, right? And then we like compare that to my channel. My channel is not going to grow as fast because Mondays we do Jianchor, Wednesdays I'm talking relationships, Wednesdays I'm doing chess, and then Thursdays Hotep's been told you, and then I'm doing an interview on another day, right? So there's so many different minds that are being targeted here, right? But when you have something like Fresh and Fit, where it's like all we're talking about is male-female dynamics, when you're niched out like that, you're going to see super growth. So I always suggest you niche it out and don't talk about, if you want to grow your stuff, talk about one thing. Don't talk about a lot of different things.
Right. What are the top 3 best, in your opinion, what are the top 3 best interview techniques for a podcast?
I'm going to let Jonesy answer that one because he's the GOAT.
Jones. Right. Man, if you don't cut that out.
Come on, Jonesy. Interview, in your opinion, the 3 best interview techniques for a podcast.
Listen, I am a hack. I'm just letting you know I'm flying by the seat of my pants every week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick it to the guy who actually makes a living podcasting.
Oh, gee.
Oh, man. What's the question? Top 3 techniques?
Interview techniques for a podcast.
Actually care about the topics that you actually care about. See, some people pick their guests based upon, they got a large following. Like I remember some kid asked me to come on, and he was just like, I got Hotep Jesus on the channel. I was just like, yeah, I'm here now. Let's talk, right? And he didn't have nothing. He was like, tell me about Starbucks. I'm like, yo, you brought me here to talk about the Starbucks stunt? Like, really, bro? Like, he's like, what was the other thing? It's like, how was it going on Joe Rogan? I'm like, bro, like, you killing me right now. So
like, do you like pizza, Hotep Jesus?
I know, it's like Chris Farley on SNL. What about that time?
What did the elevator smell like?
I know.
I just, I hate. So now it's like when people hit me up, I have to tell them, don't ask me what Hotep means. Don't ask me about Starbucks, and don't ask me about Joe Rogan. Like, this is this is what's in my
Can I ask you how you got the name Hotep Jesus?
Oh, that's the other one. It's just like, yo, if I gotta tell this story one more time, I'm about to start lying and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was walking down the street and a ghost slapped me in the face and told me my name was Hotep Jesus. I'm about to just make up all types of shit from now on. and just see what people say after they get 20 different versions of the same story.
3 wise men gave me the name.
Hey, the three wise
wise
men
Curly and
had to follow
Larry.
the stars. Had to follow the stars to find Jesus. I'm
Yeah, I should just
saying.
start telling that story.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know
man.
what I think is a very very good technique in interviewing is actually letting the guest be the star of the interview and not trying to take the interview over.
Yeah, I've been in some interviews where
That's the worst. That is the
I
absolute worst, where they ask you a question and you're like, well, I thought the sky was blue. Yeah, the sky was blue, man. Yeah. I'm like, bro.
Well,
let him
actually, the
talk.
sky was bluer when I was there. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm like,
one
let
time
him
I had
speak on his point.
one time I had an interview with, I forget who it was, some guy, and he just seemed like he wanted to talk. I don't think he knew it, but I started interviewing him on his own interview. I was like, "Oh, you want to talk?" I'm like, "Really? What do you think?" I just turned it into a sharp conversation. He was like, "Hotep Jesus, it was great having you on." I'm like, "Yeah, no doubt." I'm like, "You just didn't get any good content, but it's on you." So I that's a big one, man. Like, shut up and listen. Know when your guest still is expanding upon a point.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people cut them off right when they're expanding on something. So some people also prepare questions. Sometimes I do. I would say the best parts of the interview are the stuff that you don't prepare. I think what you want is a guide to the conversation. For example, with the anomaly debate, I didn't write debate points. I wrote questions in my notes, things I wanted to ask them, and I just guided the conversation. Some people were like, "Oh, they were talking about this one thing, and Hotep Jesus jumped to a whole nother topic. He was switching subjects," and it's just like, no, I was interviewing him.
Yeah.
And I like to do that on my channel. I like to interview people because I like to know how they think and what they think. I think that's just more fun. But again, I had questions laid out, but it wasn't so much I wanted the questions answered. It was more like how to guide the conversation in the different directions, so on and so forth.
I wanted to ask you something real quick, man. Just on a personal note.
Yeah.
Did you ever learn what a Robinson is?
Was that from the Lupe debate?
Oh my God, that was funny as hell, yo.
That was one of my best jokes in the chat when he's going through all that stuff. And he's like, the nuclei is connected to the cellular section of this. And I wrote, yeah, the leg bone's connected to the, ankle bone. Thigh bone. Because he kept saying, he's like, do you know this? And you're like, no, just tell me. And that just was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
But if I could add in, of course, compliment Mr. Jonesy Jones. Jonesy does, yes, but super research on his, I think this is my biggest compliment, how he makes it look really easy. He really researches his guest. He's interested in what they're talking about. And then he sets an outline so he can kind of track it to make it, interesting, but it is all about the guest. And I've yet to see an interview where he wasn't engaged in that conversation. And also there's times where people kind of lagged and he picked it right up. So that is either a natural talent, something he's learned, but he can hold these conversations where the whole thing from beginning to end. I mean, and he's done some really long interviews. One was almost 2 hours long.
Yeah,
and that was my biggest, it was terrible. But I listened to it from beginning to end. And there was something interesting, except when you did, 20 minutes on esoteric sports stats. I was like, okay, fast forward on that. God. But that's a guy thing. I get that. But just research, be interested in what they're saying, and then let the interviewee be the star of it.
Resist the urge to talk about yourself.
Yep. Right.
Resist the urge. A lot of people do that too much. I can understand, throwing something out there you want to talk about. But if you're going to talk about yourself during your own interview with somebody else, make it fast, make it quick. If you're going to tell a story that you're trying to relate to somebody, usually your guest doesn't give a fuck. So like, why are you telling them? But don't talk about yourself during interviews.
Ready for the next one?
Unless
Oh,
you're
I'm
trying
sorry.
to relate to the guest. If you're trying to relate to the guest and carry the conversation, that's one thing. But I've been in one thing, and this guy, every time I spoke, it was a big dude. I forget which one it was, man. But every time I gave an answer, he had to go on like a 5-minute tirade. I'm like,
You know what? I was actually on a podcast when I was a guest, and I had to happen. The same thing happened to me. Like the guy just kept beating me down with his own soliloquy about whatever we were talking about.
yeah,
And I'm just like, yo, homie, like, listen, bro, I'll sit back and let you shine, homie. It's cool. Like,
yeah,
like you asked me to come on, dog. Not,
right,
but
right,
it is what it is. It's cool.
yeah. So I
Oh,
just let
that's
him
really,
talk.
yeah.
I was,
I'm
in
sorry.
fact, during that interview, I started shopping. I was
Yo.
literally shopping. I think I was shopping for a new scarf, a new silk scarf for my hair. And he asked me a question. I was like, wait, what'd you say? I wasn't even paying attention.
I saw you like red and white.
Yo, next time I go down to it's a spot, yo, that had the fly shits, the Muslim joints.
Yeah.
I gotta get you a few of them.
I need the 36-inch joint, the real long one. Pause.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you one, bro. I'm gonna get you a few of them shits, bro.
I need something real long so I can tie it in the turban. My bad, Rita. Go ahead.
You want one more?
I'll take whatever you could give me, baby.
Can I put my sunglasses back on?
Oh yes, that's right. Gotta cover up that blush.
Can you repeat? I know, right on. Yeah, right. Okay. Let me get myself pulled back together here. I'm not going to be able to do this. Okay. How can I promote my podcast quickly? And what is a good growth rate listener count for the first 6 months?
Don't do that.
Right.
Don't, comparing yourself to others is the fastest way to destroy your happiness. Measure yourself against yourself.
Right.
If you go 1 subscriber, the next week you ain't got no subscribers, and the next week you ain't got no subscribers, it's a bad growth rate. But if you got 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, that's cool, man. But don't try to find some benchmark for growth rate. Find a growth rate that works for you. Because what's gonna happen is, and don't even pay attention to growth rate that much, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna find at some point in the year, your growth won't happen. You're gonna taper off, and you're gonna be discouraged because you keep looking at the numbers. I don't really look at the numbers, man. I look at it to tell me how to optimize, and that's it. Growth is gonna come when we see the dollar signs come in the bank account. That's how I measure growth. How much money did you make? And if you're still growing a brand to get to the point to monetize, find a different metric to measure yourself by. But it's about consistency. I mean, I remember when I first started blogging, 100 was like, I got 100 in a day. That was a big deal. And it got to a point where we'd wake up and have 100 people on the site while I was sleeping, in real time, and always had a consistent 100 people per hour, like always on the site. So don't compare it to nothing else, man. Just put the content out there and grow.
It's about putting the
Really
best
great.
content you could possibly put out there out. And if you feel comfortable in what you're putting out, eventually someone else will listen to it and they'll like it, and then it'll just grow. You know what I mean? Like when I first started, it's kind of not fair. Like when I started, my first guest was Brian. Like that's kind of like not fair, because like I started off with like fucking, 500 people my first episode listening. And then it tapered off, and then it picked up, and then you know what I'm saying? So like I always was kind of like, I didn't think about it, because I'm like, all right, I'm lucky. I got my homeboy, he came on, he got a following. And just because he came on, he kind of gave me an audience. But the thing about it, I always focused on was like, yo, every week I'm not going to be able to have Brian on, so I got to make sure that I'm actually doing a good podcast. And if you focus on that, it'll grow. And listen, the world's shittiest podcast is still around after a whole year.
Another thing I'll say is, has it been a year already? Damn.
not a year.
Getting
yet.
there. It's
Almost.
close.
It's getting there, right?
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting there.
One thing I'll say is you want to look at the content that you put out that's been getting the most engagement and traction, and then try to make more content like that. But you'd have to put out a lot of content first. So take a look at, I don't know what your cadence is and how often you create content and post or publish, but after you got, 100 pieces out there, take a look at the top ranking out of those 100 pieces, and then the top 1,000 or whatever it may be. And then see, what do these things have in common, and then try to hit that commonality.
Mm-hmm.
Great advice.
Well, and Jonesy, you would say too that like even with that, like you're still, even at when you had Brian on for your first episode, you were still kind of feeling it out and figuring out, and you've gotten better at doing even when you're by yourself, and then it's made it to where you're a better interviewer and everything too. So you're building, in a way, you're sort of like getting your frame big enough to where you can start to put on more weight, put on more muscle and everything. So you're not, you don't want to outgrow yourself too fast either. I think some of that is like getting those growing pains, getting those little bumps and bruises and trip ups out of the way. And don't let audience be the goal. Let that'll come. Work on your craft. And if you build it,
just being dope. Like it's all about being dope. Like, you know what, man? I never forget, man. Like people always, they wonder like how, like guys, like not the always refer back to Brian, but like people wonder like, yo, how to get this audience? And it's about being dope in real life. It's not about anything that you really do. It's about being like for real dope. Like if you could be dope in real life, which I don't feel like I have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about trying to convey who you really are. If you feel like you're a dope person, you got something to say. That's the hardest part of it, and not being like, like feeling the pressure of people watching you and trying to like conform and be something you're not. Just be you, and hopefully that draws people in. That's the way I look at it. And I'm not anybody to ask,
That's super real. That's something I always said to people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Work on yourself offline, and it'll show online.
Mm-hmm.
How to work on yourself offline, man. Too many people just trying to show off online, and it's like, who are you offline? You're not even dope offline.
And then if you do pop, if you do pop that way, then you're destined to just try to live up to that forever, and you're being somebody you're not.
Yeah,
you get exposed real fast.
You get exposed quick, bro. It's a lot of bozos out here in this internet space, bro. And people get exposed all the time. Like, look at that dude, Derek Jackson. No disrespect to him, but I'm just saying he got exposed because he wasn't being his true self. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got to just be you. All the warts, all the scars, whoever you are, just be who you are, and hopefully that's enough.
That reminds me of like all these these like basketball players on Instagram. Like they put together these highlights and everything, and like I know these people. I'm like, bro, that is not you, bro. I'm not even being a hater. I'm just like, bro, I know you're not this good. Like,
but they take all their best clips,
right? All the different camera angles.
Yeah. I'm just like, come on, man.
And that three they threw up, that prayer 3-pointer they threw up and played it off.
Like, that's the one thing about social media, and I wrote that in my article. It's just like a highlight reel. Nobody ever shows the lowlights. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's rare you see somebody show the lowlights. It's like that's who you really are, though.
Right.
It's rare when you see that. Everybody's always posting, their vacations, their new car, their car wash, their ice cream. Nobody ever posts when they're crying in bed.
Yeah, nobody ever posts when they have to crop out the 80-year-old that had to take them on vacation. It's a chick I know. It's a chick I know, yo. Yo, listen, it's a chick I know, right?
Anna Nicole Smith type shit.
Yo, like real rap. It's a chick I know who stay on vacation, right? Now, I know because I've seen where she live at. She's living foul. She's broke. She's always on vacation. So I'm like, how's this broad? It's not like I care, but it's just like, then one day I see her in the car with the old head. She got a sugar daddy. And the sugar daddy's taking her flying everywhere. She stay cropping homeboy out, man. And when you look at the pictures, you're like, oh, that's somebody else is in this fucking picture, yo. and this dude is like 80 years old. He don't have no social media. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, it's all... It's all a game, man. You know, you want to make it look good for the gram. That's what's up. You know.
He calls her up to ask her when he can pick her up. She's like, "Oh, I'm out shopping right now. Pick me up at Bloomingdale's." And she catches the bus and goes to Bloomingdale's so she can walk out.
He's like, listen, you know, I just wanted to go to the early bird special today. If you had any time, you know, my bedtime is 6:30, so I'll be expecting you, honey.
Trash Can Conductor said, "I've thought about starting a TikTok where I only ugly cry." Yo, you probably go viral, yo.
Yo, that'd be hilarious.
I would definitely do that. I would definitely. If you're serious, you should do that. That's a great troll. Rita, we got any more questions?
We do, but we can save them for next week.
No, let's go on. Let's do them.
Okay. So this person says, I'm the only one working for my project. How do I choose what order to focus tasks to get the biggest ROI?
Chad wrote that question.
I was about to say, I did not write that. I did not write that shit.
Sorry,
others listening?
Fuck you, man. Oh shit!
Are there other team members?
It just says I'm the only one working for my project. This is really vague, though, right? I'm the only one working for my project. How do I choose what order to focus tasks to get the biggest ROI? That's a lot to that.
I hate that they did that because you gotta pick the high ROI tasks. Right? Mm-hmm. So like if I'm in business and it's a consulting business, a high ROI task is gonna be how many cold emails did I send a day? Okay? And how many people did I speak to today? Right. Yeah, that is how many people did I ask to send me referrals for today, right? Like there's the things that are gonna bring you traction now.
Right.
Excuse me. The question's really general because it could be applied to anything.
Yeah.
I'm only the one working on a project. How do I choose what order? I mean, all of us could sit, in what we do and say, here's a list of what would be ROI. Just tell it, I think we need more info.
Yeah.
So whoever wrote that, be specific.
Right.
All right. Best resource for pictures for video and website, store, or blog. Do I take the pictures or buy them? That's a really good question.
Buy them.
Best resource for pictures for video and website. So someone's, which is what we're dealing with right now, right? Pictures for our blog.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Take them.
Take them yourself?
If take them is an option, take them. I know we do it because we don't have the time, but this person sounds like they want to take the time to do it. It's always better to take them than it is to just buy them. Like stock photos are trash, man. People recognize them. They don't come across as well as something you took. I would venture into creating your own content.
Okay. Here's a good question. The majority of my subscribers are men. Am I missing out on revenue by not targeting female subscribers?
No, you got a niche and it's men. Just figure out how to monetize men.
Okay. That's it.
And then our final question of the day.
As always.
What is the perfect following to follower ratio? When are you following too many people?
I don't know that question.
Brandon asked in the chat, he said, was the follower ratio going to be discussed or is that next week again? No.
Thank you.
We're doing that this week.
We're going to talk about it tonight.
We're going to talk about that right now.
Thank you, Brandon.
So, when are you following too many people? Like, what is that perfect ratio? Some people go to some people's account, they're following 1,000 people, they got 300 followers. It's like, well, you ain't got no followers. So what is the perfect following to follower ratio? Find out next week on the next episode of the Jianchor Project.
Go to grifties.com, vote Rita's California Sunglasses.
Yes, and also check out the YouTube channel for my interview with Eliza Blue. It's very powerful content. Indeed. We sending that shit out. It's going to be on ConvertKit. It's going to be up your asses all week. Thank you. Sorry.
Jianchor Podcast YouTube channel.
I love it. All right, see y'all next week, yo.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Jianchor Podcast YouTube channel.
I love it. All right, see y'all next week, yo.
Bye.
Thanks,